Alright, so here's an example of a proportion test, and we're only going to do this in StatCrunch. We're not doing it by hand. So we want to study whether yawning is contagious. So we yawn while interacting with 250 research participants. So out of the group of 250 participants, 141 yawned after seeing someone else yawn. So we want to know, do more than half of all people yawn in response to seeing another person yawn? And of course, this is making me want to yawn right now. Alright, so this problem we know is a proportion problem. For one reason, we can see it's 141 out of 250 research participants. So remember, anytime you can phrase your data as X out of N, 141 out of 250 in this case, that means it's a proportion. We don't actually see the word percent or proportion here, but that's okay. It's clearly not a mean, so that's another way you can narrow it down. So 141 out of 250, so we're going to go to StatCrunch. We're going to Stat, Proportion Stats, one sample with summary, and it's 141 out of 250, and our hypothesized value is 0.5, but we want to know if it's greater than 0.5. So we'll compute, and we'll copy that, paste it over here. So it gives us our hypotheses, and here it is important that we use the right symbol. This is P for proportion, not anymore mu for the population mean. So as always, we want to reject H naught if p-value is less than our alpha, which in this problem is 0.05. And in this case, our p-value is less than 0.05. Therefore, we reject H naught and say that there is sufficient evidence to conclude that p is greater than 0.5. In other words, that more than half of all people yawn in response to seeing another person yawn. All right, so that's the problem.